examples, okay? So that we can see and we can learn how to subtract using a number line, okay?
Yes.
Okay, so the first, let's see. What sum do we have here? Okay, we have 100 minus 50, eh?
Yes.
So what's the first thing you should do when you're doing a number line? Yes? No, before we take away. Before we focus on this, what's the first thing we do? Yes? Yes, you have to draw a straight line, eh? So we are going to draw a line. Okay, we have a line. What's the second thing to do? Yeah? Arrows with. Oh, yeah. On top. Alright. So on the line, we make arrows, yeah?
Yes.
And then what's the next step?
Small line.
Yes?
Small line.
Okay. So you're making small lines, but the small lines just be small lines here, this small lines here, or must they, what must happen to the line? Yes?
Space.
Yes, you need space and
Equal.
yes, there must be equal spaces, okay? Okay, we have our line, yeah? Then what's the next thing we must do? Must the number line always start with a 0 or can it start with any number?
Any number.
Okay, so you guys need to understand that the number line can start with any number or it can start with the zeros, yeah? So what's the next thing? We have our line, we have our arrows, we have our equal spaces. What's next? Yeah?
You can start with 50.
What?
50.
With 50. You can start with 50. Okay. You can start with 10. Let's see. Okay, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. That's it fixed. Right? So now what must happen? Which number are we going to start with? 50.
Yes.
So the numbers switch, right? In the number line.
Yes.
Okay, now we have our line, we have our arrows, and we have our numbers. What's the next thing you must do? Yes? Okay, now, okay, wait, let me just make these arrows clear, then. Which arrows are we putting? No, this is, what is the sum? Okay, so what's the next thing you must do now? Yes? Okay, here's the thing, yeah? When we were adding, remember yesterday when we were adding, we started from our right side, right? Going to the left. subtraction, we are not starting from our right side going there, ne? So the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna put an arrow on 100. Ne?
Yes.
Since now we are subtracting, so we need to say, okay, we have 100, we need to minus 50 to get an answer. So from here, we say 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? Put another arrow over here. So now we have our 100 and our thingy, in our 50. Okay, wait. What's 100 minus? It's 50, right?
Yes.
So from 100, we draw what? Is it like a straight line or do we do halves? Okay. So from here, we have 100. You're gonna count with me, ne?
Yes.
Okay, so from 100,
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
you see now when you minus it, you started from 100, you started from the left side. When you're subtracting, you start from your left, going to your right. Okay? Okay, let's do another one. Give me a sum. What numbers can we use? Yes?
20 minus 50 minus 20
Okay.
minus
We have 50 minus 20. You guys know the rules, right? So if I point out at anyone, can you guys come and do the first step on the board? Okay. Can you come do the first step on the board for me? What's the first step? Making a line. Ne? Alright, we have a line. Who's gonna do the second step? What's the second step?
Make efforts.
Okay, now we have our line and arrows. What's the next step?
Like
Are you just do we measure the lines or we just draw lines?
measure.
The lines must be equal, right?
Yes.
Yes. Because guys, listen. You see what's the sum here? It's 50 minus 20, né? So if you have a number line this long, our lines don't need to be this small, né? Let's try with this one. Do the lines. Okay, we have the line. What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Yeah. We have our lines. What's the next thing we must do? Okay, we're doing numbers next. So what number are we going to start with? No. When you write numbers from here. Yeah? Always start numbers, always start on the right, going to the left. Are you going to start at 50?
No.
Can someone help him, please? Yeah. So what numbers are we starting with? Okay. 10, count.
70.
Okay, now we have the numbers next. We have numbers and there are multiples of 10, right?
Yes.
So now back to the sum. The sum says 50 minus 20. Yeah? What's the next thing we're doing? Can you please stop? What's the next thing we're doing? It's 50 minus 20. 50 minus 20. Is this correct? Is this correct?
No.
What's the next step? We're doing it together. Next. What's the next step? An arrow away and 50, right? We have an arrow at 50. Now we know that, okay, we have the bigger number, which is 50. We need to remove the smaller number, which is like 20. Yeah? So from here, how many times are we counting? From the left, 20 from this side, we are going to the right. Yeah? So how many are we skipping? We're going to come together next because the sum is here. So we say
10, 20, 30, 40.
what are you guys carrying on? Because I said 50 minus 20. We have our 50 here, right? So we have an arrow from here, 50. We need to remove 20. And then, so from this 20, so see from 50, we're saying 10, 20. And your answer you get 30. You guys see it now?
Yes.
So if I do give you guys an exercise, will you be able to make me proud?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
So I'm going to be giving you guys, we're going to be doing the first one together. Next, I'm going to do it on the board, the first one, and then the other four, you have to do them yourself, né?
Yes.
Okay. The first one, A, is 50 minus 80, né? What's the sum?
50 minus 80.
Okay. Now we all know the rules, right? We first draw the line. Have a line. Second, we and then equal lines. Okay. Now our lines. Now we need to start placing the numbers. Yeah? So with me, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay. And now, since Zani, what are we doing? Can you see the sum? Hello, hi. Can you see the sum?
Yes.
What does the sum say? Everyone keep quiet. What does the sum say? Okay, so from 50 minus 30, what's the next thing we're doing? Hello, hi. What's the next thing we're doing? You're busy making notes and you're not even listening. What's the next thing we do? Because now we have everything. What's the next step that we must do? The what? Can anyone help him? Yeah? Thank you. Put an arrow at 50. Next. So now we have our arrow. The sum says 50 minus 30. So from 50, how many times? Because these are multiples of 10, right? So from 50 going this way, how many times must we count? 3 times, right? Okay, let's count.
10, 20, 30.
And we put an arrow where it ends. And where does it end? 20. So 50 minus 30 is equals to what?
20.
See, this is the first example, right? I'm not going to remove this. I'm going to write the other numbers over here. I'm going to be giving you guys a piece of paper in which you're going to write your names, né?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to write your names, you're going to do the work, and afterwards, you have to paste it into your maths books, okay? So that I can be able to mark and be able to help those who are still struggling, né?
Yes.
So this was A, né? I'm not going to remove it. This is B. B is 150 minus 60 is equals to, then you have the C here. C says it's 200 minus 150 is equals to D is 10 minus 2, and then E is 120 minus 7. Can you guys see?
Yes.
Okay, what is B number 2?
150 minus 60.
And then number C?
200 minus 150.
You're supposed to say the full numbers. It's not 150, it's 150. Right? Okay, and then D?
10 minus 2.
And then E?
150.
the work. And this time, because yesterday you guys were still new, ne? This time today, I want the work to be neat. Okay? I want to be able to see what you guys are doing so that I can be able to mark your papers and then give you a good mark if you have it. If you have a paper already, you can start by writing your names. And if you're writing the arrows, can you please make them in color? The arrows must be in color, and the harms also must be in color so that I can see that you guys understand and what must happen, okay? Yes, write your name at the back. You first write the date. Today's date is Friday, the 10th of September, ne? And then you write your names. Yeah?